No, that's I feel like we could go like on and on about what they lines could potentially do and why all these guys would be potentially good fits. Easy. One thing I was excited to talk to you about was Pistons because
we got it. Yeah. Anything else on draft though before we move on? Gionne?
Nope.
You're good. Okay.
Yeah.
Pistons.
Basement, Baker Mayfield, but faster.
Wait, what?
Strong arm. Malik Willis's basement, like what he'll be is Baker Mayfield, but faster and a deep, bigger arm.
Oh, his basement.
That's actually I would take that. In all,
I would too.
Hell yeah.
Baker to Tampa Bay.
I honestly think that would actually be like.
No, you don't think so? You don't think so?
I think it'd be a good spot for him. I don't know if he actually goes, but it would be a good spot for him.
I think it's the best spot for him. I don't think he would do it. To sit behind Tom Brady. I mean,
he was a choice though.
I was gonna say, were you gonna complain to Tom Brady? He'll just backhand you with all 5 rings.
I know. That's
7.
Seven. Yeah, I'm sorry.
That was like 5.
All he's gonna need is 5 though to put Baker in his place. He's like, you don't even deserve.
And to be honest, like they would. I don't know how this would work. I don't think they'd have to pay him anything.
No,
this makes. Wow, that's fucking crazy.
But
I don't know how that would work. But anyway, all right, sorry.
No, you're good. I want to be able to. I want to be able to talk to you about the Pistons because we talked about it a little bit pre-show. Like, so I'm a struggling Pistons fan. I have been angry and upset with the Pistons ever since they traded Chauncey for AI. Like, I have never forgiven them. I have never forgiven them until this season, right? Well, actually, a little bit last season because I really liked how aggressive Troy Weaver was in bringing in Killian and Saddiq and Beef Stew. And so I love the influx of something new because I finally felt like for the first time ever, the Pistons were actually hitting the reset button, like not kind of hitting the reset button, like full on reset. Yeah. And I love that. And I think this season has been underwhelming in compared to what I thought it would be. I had higher expectations going in because I thought Cade was amazing. I thought Saddiq would make this huge jump. I've been saying since last year that Saddiq is an all-star. Like, he's an all-star in the making. Cade is obviously a superstar in the making. And so I feel like with those two guys developing side by side, like, you have the perfect Batman and Robin combo to take you to the playoffs. Obviously, they fell short this year, but I want to get your opinion on, like, when you look at the Pistons this year, like, what is it that you see? Because I want to continue to have this optimism going into next season as well, to be like on board and be there, like, dude, from the first game.
You should have it. Did you watch Cade Cunningham tonight?
Yeah. I mean, well, obviously I was on transit here, so I didn't get to see the whole game, but like,
I put to fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Tit for tat with Kevin Durant. Ended up with 34 points. KD, I think he had, let me see real quick, actually, 41.
I think he had, 41. Yeah.
Like, Cade is that guy, man. And, like, not only can he, like, give you that, obviously when he gets going, he's smart. He's got basketball IQ where he's not just going to be about himself and getting points. He's going to get guys the balls where they excel the most as well. You know what I'm saying? And, like, say we land a top 3 pick in this year's draft and we get another guy who, can give open shots to, an elite level guy. Like, dude, that's fucking scary. And if you look at the first half of the season was very, very, very ugly. There were some games with the Hornets where I just like, dude, I wanted to punch LaMelo Ball in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just fucking beating the shit out of us. And I was like, fuck you, dude. Stop doing that. but like, you gotta look at this with the way that the Pistons started the season. One, the person with the most tenure on the team right now is Killian Hayes, who's a second-year player in the league, who didn't even play a full season, 1, because of COVID, 2, because of a hip injury. I'm saying, like, there's a fresh restart that you wanted, right? That you said you haven't seen, you've seen it now, right? And then 2, the ugly start of it too is like, okay, so Killian's still kind of a rookie, hasn't even played the whole 82 season. Cade has an injury. Then Jeremy Grant goes down with an injury. And then Kelly Olynyk goes down with an injury. There was no type of chemistry developed within that. But then these guys start to get healthy. Cade comes back, Olynyk comes back, Jeremy Grant comes back. We had this whole little break going into All-Star break. Since All-Star break, they come out firing, dude. Like, they're not getting no more blowouts. I think there may have been one, and I'll check for it right now. But like, they're competitive. I mean, they took the Brooklyn Nets tonight, 123 to 30. You know what I'm saying? That, dude, that's Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying? Like, they beat the Boston Celtics. They beat the Cavaliers, who were better than us. Like, if you look at them since the All-Star break, and again, everyone's finally healthy now, and on the court together, developing some sort of chemistry, they're fucking scary, dude. Like adding one more piece to being scary. You know what I'm saying? But they're at least respectable. They're not that team in the first half that was getting like slapped around like a freaking something. I don't want to offend someone. I don't know. Like I just like it's just not the same team.
Like Chris Rock getting slapped around like Chris Rock.
Ooh, that was a good one. Yeah. Thank you, Gionne. Yeah, no, dude. Like Cade's that guy. He's only in year 1. You know what I'm saying? This kid's gonna get sicker, and they're gonna give him another piece in next year's draft.
And so that is the hope that I have, right? Like that's where I am putting a lot of hope is in Cade and Saddiq. I think, like I said, you have your Batman and Robin to kind of like lead this team going forward. I think Saddiq needs to become more consistent. Yeah. And I don't know where you stand on this, but like this has been my standpoint since Jeremy Grant was injured, was like, I don't think they can have both. I don't think they can have Saddiq and Jeremy Grant. I know they've had a couple games where they both played well, but I think Saddiq just plays significantly better when Jeremy Grant's not there. I think Saddiq is able to he's seen more as a legitimate option. Like I feel like they kind of will run through him a little bit more, and I feel like he has more space on the floor to do all the things that he does well, because he's not just a great 3-point shooter. Like Saddiq he's a bully at times, getting to the basket, backing guys down. And I feel like him and Jeremy Grant are so similar at times that it's like they cancel each other out, and sometimes Jeremy Grant chooses to go ISO a little too much, which again forces Saddiq to just be like a spot up 3-point shooter, which I feel like just takes away from his game a little.
So where are we at with the Pistons? How many games left in the season?
It's got to be like
six games actually. 1, 2.
All right.
Yeah,
and so we are right at the bottom, right? We like
tied for the three-way tie for the worst record, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
We are tied, 3-way tie for the worst record. Okay. So what's the situation in regards to the pick? We need to be in the top 3 in order to have a chance, the best odds to get the first pick, which I doubt we'll get, but you never know.
Yeah. This year's like draft class is weird, bro. I've like fallen in love with each one of these guys and like replaced them in order like 5 times. So I truly feel like as long as we went top 3, we're good.
So you think a top 3? So okay, and so again, how does that work out, right? So so is it the top 3 get the raffle, or the top 5 get a raffle for the? How does that work for the draft pick?
The bottom 17 all raffled, but
the top 3
if you're at the bottom.
Yeah,
got it.
14%.
Yeah, I think the top 3 get this. So the top 3 all get a 15% chance to get the first pick. It used to be before that, like obviously the worst record had the higher percentage, but they finally changed it where top 3 have the same percentage.
Okay,
and then but it's a lottery, right? So anything crazy could happen, and you could have a 50% chance, and all of a sudden you're still just picking like 10th. But to Eazy's point though, like I don't know if there's anybody in this draft class that like I love that I'm just like, oh, that guy is clearly going to take the Pistons to the next level. Like I think Jabari Smith is really good. I think he could be like really beneficial. The kid out of Duke, I think, could also be really good as well. Like I think they all have. Chet Holmgren is the only guy that I'm like side eye.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Right, because I don't care what anybody says. I know he's playing well in college. I looked this up before today's show, and granted, he played less games than Chet did, but Chet and Bol, like those numbers aren't that drastically different. Bol had incredible numbers. He only played 9 games, but he was averaging like 21, 11, and like 2.5 blocks. And we saw what kind of happened with him. Like he's never really kind of been that guy. I'm not saying that Chet will be that. I'm just simply saying like that makes me nervous when you don't have an NBA body and you're supposed to play center, right? Like there's been a couple people that want to compare Chet to KD. They play different positions. Like you're not going to tell me that Chet's KD.
That's the people. Like there's only been one KD in the history of basketball. When people say that, they deserve the Will Smith slap, in my opinion. Like it's just like a wild fucking comparison to throw out there, man. Like you know what? This guy's the next LeBron. Like what? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just drop those kinds of names, dude. Like they're
and you think about how many times people have been wrong about that, right? Like remember when Andrew Wiggins was supposed to be the next LeBron? Remember when Jabari Parker was supposed to be the next LeBron?
Yeah.
Like it's not fair to set those guys up like that.
Different too. Like I'm sick of the fucking comparisons just because like they're skinny. Chet is skinnier and smaller than all those guys. Smaller than AD. He's smaller than Giannis. If you look at him, his shoulders are like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
he doesn't necessarily have the frame.
Yeah,
to put on more weight, and that's kind of similar to what Bull
gotta have the frame. It's
because you want to. If you have wider shoulders, there's that idea that like, oh, you'll be able to put on more mass, you'll be able to put on more muscle.
Right.
He has a very narrow frame where it's like he maybe could, but you still wonder if it's going to be enough to handle a Joel Embiid, if he'll be enough to handle a Cat
Mutombo. No.
And so
no.
I almost kind of don't
finger dance, man. Good luck.
I kind of don't want the Pistons to have the number one
job.
That stress. I don't want to have the stress that they might take Chet. I don't even want them to have like if they get the second pick, because then I'm like, take whoever's left.
let me and this may ease your mind with Chet because I have concerns as well, but like Porzingis, you know what I'm saying? I think that could be like him. You know what I'm saying? Like just a stretch 4. You know, which again with Cade playing what Cade does could help us win games.
Yeah. What since we just talked about it, what are some other like changes or improvements do you think the Pistons kind of need outside of the draft that you kind of feel like, hey, they need to make these little tweaks to kind of really take that next step next year?
I think if Killian Hayes hit just 3 more shots than he does now, could be a difference. Because that kid, when he's on the floor playing defense, I don't know if because I was raised in the 04 Pistons, watching them play. Right. That kid's got it, dude. He's got that. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna give you his all. He's like, I may not be able. It's like me when I play basketball. I can't play offense worth of shit. So I try my fucking hardest on defense. That's what I feel like Killian is. You know what I'm saying? Like
he reminds me of Marcus.
That's how I play hoops too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, you're gonna fucking hate me on the other side of the floor. I'm gonna miss this shot, but you're gonna fucking hate me when we get to the other side. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna hack you. I'm gonna do all that shit.
Yeah.
Killian reminds me of Marcus Smart from the Boston Celtics. Like, I feel like he can, if to your point, right? Like, if Killian can start hitting a few more shots, hitting a few more of those 3-pointers, hitting a couple more of those floaters, like he doesn't need to average 15 or anything like that. Like,
look at Rondo.
Solid 10. Rondo, right? In his early years. Like,
and here's the highest side with Killian. Killian's 6'6", bro. He's bigger than both those guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can cover multiple positions. I love watching Killian play, bro. I don't care what anyone says. Like, Killian, at the very least, he's going to be a piece to a championship roster at some point in his career because he offers that value on the defensive end of the floor.
And I guess one more thing that I'll ask you about the Pistons. What is your standpoint on Dwayne Casey?
Okay.
Going forward.
Ooh.
Because I have been very anti Dwayne Casey. And it's not because I think he's a terrible coach.
Ooh.
I just don't know if he fits this group of guys. Right. I think we kind of saw with the 04 Pistons where like the Pistons, granted, they were winning more games, but like they eventually got to that point where like ownership and we're like, yo, we just need a different guy in here to take them over the hump. I kind of get that feeling with Dwayne Casey.
Him and Blashill, they're just part of the tank jobs. Might be really nice guys, you know, but they're not gonna, like you said, they're not gonna be here for the long run. I met Casey. He's super, super, super cool dude. So I feel bad anytime I do say these things. And it's not like a big personal relationship that I have with him, but meeting him and knowing like, hey, this guy's a solid ass dude.
Sure.
But yeah, either he's like part of the tank job in terms of like just leaving him there to lose on purpose, or he's losing on purpose. Like tonight, Marvin Bagley didn't play a single minute in the fourth quarter. They had some guy on a 10-day contract, something key. Like that's not what the that's questionable. You know, that's questionable. That's a questionable moment.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's kind of been my outlook
negatively questionable.
That's kind of been my outlook on Dwayne Casey is that I agree with you. I think he's an amazing coach, right? You can't take anything away from what he did in Toronto, but I think sometimes in the NBA, it's culture fits. Like we talked about culture with the Lions, like it just becomes a thing where it's like you're not. I would never say that Dwayne Casey is a terrible coach because again of his track record, but maybe he just doesn't fit this team and what this team needs and the style of play that they need to probably, put together. I look at teams like the Cavs and the Hornets. You don't even necessarily know their coaches' names, right? Like I know JB Bickerstaff because I looked it up and I wanted to know why the Cavs were so great. all of a sudden. But like prior to that, like these guys were no-name coaches that just came in and put together a system that fit their players.
Yeah, right? Some of it NBA though too is like his talent, and that's why I gave Casey the benefit of the doubt. Is like he didn't have that because like dude, look at David, who's a fucking coach that the Cavs had for like a year, and they're like, all right, we're done with you, David. David Blatt, right?
Yeah, David Blatt. Yeah, that got fired mid-season.
Yeah, I'm saying not another NBA job. Look at freaking Tyronn Lue
too.
Yeah, like Tyronn Lue won a championship, but he's a good coach. Nah, because right after LeBron left, they went right back to shit. Not even the bottom of the playoffs. I'm saying like coaching to me in the NBA is like more of a talent thing, and I get he doesn't have that. But shit like tonight, when Marvin Bagley doesn't see the floor in the fourth quarter, you're either part of the tank job, you're willingly trying to lose, or like that's just questionable. There's no.
I mean, that seems pretty obvious. If he should be playing. Yeah. Unless he's hurt, that seems like okay. Let's just get this. Let's get set up to get this pick.
Yeah, and
let's move on.
And Bagley has played great since coming to Detroit, so I'm with you in that.
So, do you think they try and hold on? Though, do you think they try and work through? I feel like the Casey thing they could work through. Blashill's got to go. He's not staying.
Yeah, because Blashill's been here like 4 years, 5 years,
7 years,
7 years already.
Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
He hasn't seen the playoffs not once, correct?
No. His first year, I think he got him in to break the record or tie the record for most playoff appearances.
Yeah.
For the Red Wings, I think they limped in with Zetterberg and Datsuk at the end of their careers.
And they got beaten in the round, I think.
Right? Yep, totally. Yeah. But they made it in, right? He just had to get him in. That was their job. It's like, just get him into the playoffs. And he did. And that was kind of the last thing he did.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to develop players, and he's not really doing that
at all.
No, he's not. And
I think Yardman's keeping him to tank. He's just like, yo, fucking, you're gonna be the scapegoat.
Well, right, because you bring in a coach, then when the team's not ready, then the coach gets jaded, and the players don't trust the coach, but they're just not ready yet, right? You get yourself in a situation. I mean, Mac's been saying it, and I played hockey, right? I played AAA and I didn't play obviously like Mac, but you just know, right? Hockey's one of those team sports in which like you just know, and you have to believe in that guy, and that guy's the coach. And in hockey coaches, it's so tough. Like it's a really tough job to be a hockey coach. Just because there's so much like ridiculous tradition with it. So you have to like check those boxes of tradition a little bit. And then you have to be innovative too. You have to do this interesting dance between old and new. Like it's crazy these days. But anyway, I digress. But so Casey, do we think we could hold on to him and it would be okay though? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean,
or the players, is it too far gone and you just got to start over?
Easy. I'll let you, because I don't know.
Easy first and then Meko.
Yeah.
So I mean, it depends on like ultimately if he's part of the tank job, like knowingly and willingly doing stupid shit. No offense, but or if he's just a bad coach. But I think he deserves at least next year's full season with another top 3 pick.
Okay,
then he has talent, and then it's inexcusable.
Got it. So I don't think Blashill deserves next year at all. So he's got to go. No. Casey is not quite where Blashill is, but similar. Meko,
I would be okay. Like if the Pistons decide like, hey, we're gonna go
run it back one more year,
right?
Yes.
The only thing that I would hate though, because I actually do respect Dwayne Casey as a head coach, is that I would hate for him to have another bad start next year and see him fired midseason. Like, I believe he kind of like
they would have to do that if he did have a bad start. They would have to fire him mid-season, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like you would have to. I think I feel like you would have to, right? Because the fan base would be pissed. You'd have 2 top 3 picks on the roster plus Saddiq and whatever other free agents and whatever moves you make. Like, I think there'd be a little like you would start hearing the calls for that. And I feel like NBA fans are a little more like vocal and like aggressive about firing coaches. And the NBA has shown like they will fire coaches mid-season. Like they will fire you after a month and be
the
like,
memes are a lot harder in the NBA fan base than like other ones,
Yeah,
that's true.
So part of me is kind of like, part of me kind of does want somebody new, right? Because I think we've seen small improvement in certain players, and I just wonder if somebody could come in and help these guys make those big jumps, right?
Yeah.
I would love to be able to have like next All-Star round come around and Saddiq be in contention, like Cade and Saddiq both be in there to be All-Stars, because I think they have the absolute talent to be those guys. And so I'm okay with running it back, but then there is absolutely a part of me that would kind of want to see somebody new take the reins.
Okay. John, any thoughts?
It's a good discussion. No,
it is.
I did not really pay that close attention to the Pistons this season, but Eazy, hearing you talk about it, it really sounded like when you were talking about the early struggles and then they kind of came out of the All-Star break on fire. One of the threads that we really love to pull here is this: all four major sports in Detroit are kind of in the same boat, where they're kind of in a rebuild, various stages. It seems like we're about to see, but it seems like the Tigers might be the furthest ahead of that pack. But it really sounded like, it just seemed like the parallel with the Pistons this season draws itself with the Lions, starting 0-9 and then finishing 3-3-1. I don't know, like that's just the thing that jumped out to me. But and set up high draft pick, hopefully potential All-Star to join the team, and and then fingers crossed, and we'll see next season.
Yeah.
Do you know what thread I like to pull?
Are you gonna pull?
That's how we know we've bottomed out, when Scott, like when Scott sound effects drops go from getting laughs to getting groans. That's how we know.
Eazy laughed. Eazy is on it. You two groaned, but you need to cheer up.
Because you specifically pulled it for John, and John laughed the hardest. John laughed the hardest the first time he played this.
Right,
this
now
clip.
John's sick of it,
and now John's like, "All right." I think that speaks to
your groan.
4 or 5 an episode is a bit much.
No, well, I'm going to keep doing it even more.
We're about to see the sine wave. Like joke starts out hot, and then it just. But Scott lives for that upswing of like once you've beaten something into the ground, then it rises. Like what is dead may never die, and then it comes
that's the thing.
Back
you see, hey,
is LA starting to reach like G.I. Joe Jane joke level, where it's just like
he's gonna come through the screen and slap me?
But no, man, Eazy. We definitely appreciate you coming through and giving us.
Thanks for having me.
A ton of great takes.
You heard it here first. Eazy, the finger dance worked. Good luck, finger dance. I'm gonna have to keep that up.
We got some breaking news and some speculation about the Lions in the draft.
That's insightful. I'm gonna have to digest that for 24 hours now. I don't even know.
Dude, you know what's crazy is like
that's
I
serious.
Put it all together this morning. I like literally spent. You wake up and you just kind of sit there sometimes if you don't have shit to do immediately. It was like that. It was like I sat up and I was like, oh my god, like I got it. And then sure as fucking shit, like 3 hours later, Kyle Meinke. I'll show you the tweet right now. I'll read it verbatim because it's up here recently.
I saw it. Yeah, I follow.
Yeah. He said, I'm sorry, guys. I know you guys want to get going. The Lions have fielded calls from a couple teams about trading out number 2 pick. Nothing serious yet, per Brad Holmes, but the talks are underway. And I'm like, dude, fucking that confirmed everything that I was thinking.
That would be, like I said, it would be.
Wow. That's talk about drama. There's been tons of drama movement this offseason, right? Yeah. Free agency. Why don't we just put a cherry on top in Vegas, have somebody trade up to the first to steal Willis at 1?
I kind of would be a little butthurt, though. I'm not going to lie if that happened.
I would too. Now, if the Lions did that, would the Lions, could they trade?
No,
we won't.
Don't say that.
No.
Here's one more thing, too, with Blake Willis. I put it in the article, actually, but one more thing with Blake Willis. You get him, You could trade Jared Goff too. You clear the cap and you get something back for him. Come on now.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit. As far as next offseason, like you'll be able to trade Jared Goff out and no dead money, and you can probably get some picks.
There are teams that are going to want him. They will.
Well, if he has a good season, and I've been for a long time, I've been on the train. I think he's going to pick up where he left off. I think he's like I said, we had a car crash for the first half. What's that?
So I hope so we get some more back for him in the trade.
Well, right, like that's like if he has a good season, and say we draft Malik and Goff has a good season, then holy shit, man, we're looking at a haul.
LA loves Jared Goff.
I'm gonna say I think they probably
John.
The
LA loves Jared Goff.
Yeah, John, you have an inside scoop. Yeah, how they feel about that guy out there?
Right.
He's not good.
He's right
because like everyone's enamored, like because everyone loves Sean McVay, and so and, like Sean McVay kind of turned on Goff, and then like kind of it seemed like
so did LA.
We don't really know what happened, but I think it was sort of maybe a more successful like Patricia situation where he was like screaming at him in his ear all game, every game, and like just got in his head. Cause like, dude, there's no way like a non-PTSD stricken human being plays that bad as Jared Goff played. It's the beginning of this season. Like that dude, dude was traumatized. Like he was second guessing himself. He was spinning into sacks. He was running away and then like tripping. And then, I mean, every blunder you
remind me
was making.
The
and
car crash. Where is it?
There's no way like a professional, like a guy who had been to a Super Bowl 2 years, 3 years like earlier.
Super stacked team though, man.
Without something mental happened. Something happened.
But that team was talented.
Like traumatizing him repeatedly. And I think it was like Jared Davis and Patricia, he had to get out.
Yeah, I think I could be wrong on this, but if you look at his playoff victories, I think he has like 0 touchdowns and like 1 interception. I think those are like playoff stats. Hold on, let's do it if you don't, or I'll look it up. Anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fine. While we're waiting, we can ask John if he has any upcoming red carpets or Brad Pitt dinners. I do. Did you tell Brad I said hi?
I did.
You didn't? You did?
No, I did. I saw him at the Oscars.
All right. Thank you. Phew. Jeez.
Yeah.
Got to make sure my guy, gotta make sure he remembers me.
Yeah. He's on board. He wants the game over hoodie.
That's fine. Well, we're gonna make him his own. He's gonna get his own. Okay. Johnny Depp tried to do the NFT thing, and Johnny Depp, kind of effed it up. But Brad Pitt, I'm gonna help him do it right.
Jared Goff playoff stats: 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So I was wrong.
But I mean, how many playoff trips? I feel like he's been there a lot. That seems like
3 playoff games.
3 playoff games.
Oh no! This is the playoffs in total.
3 different playoffs.
Just let me share. If it's on Stat Muse. So in 2017, he had 1 game played in the playoffs. 24 for 45, 53% completion, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 3 sacks. 2018. This isn't breaking down game by game. It just says like games played
for the year. Yeah, for the year.
Yeah, in the playoffs. 2018, the year they went to the Super Bowl, he had 712 yards on 59-106. That's 55% completion, 1 touchdown, and 2 interceptions. So the year they went to the Super Bowl, he had 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. That was the stat I was looking for.
Wow, that's what you're looking for.
His team was fucking stacked. Dude, Todd Gurley, before it bummed me.
Gurley did
MVP, in my opinion.
Todd Gurley in his prime.
That's why he hurt his knee. They leaned on him so hard. That's why his body broke down. I mean, he did everything.
True. Yeah. So, I mean,
I'm shocked the Lions aren't signing him because Goff wants him.
Because they were like, we're not going to put him through that torture again.
No, we're going to put Swift through it. I think that's why Swift didn't play last year.
That's why you drafted him.
I using them a lot, dude. Running them.
Let's go back to.
No, man. Like I said, I would be excited, right? I know it would be like there'd be a portion of the fan base that would groan and be upset.
For what?
for Malik being the pick.
Oh God, people would because they're
Yes.
just because of what Valenti and company say. They just hop on the bandwagon. Yeah. They don't know what they're cheering for, and they don't know what they're cheering against. In my opinion, those people don't know what they're cheering against.
Yeah. And so I don't know, man. I'm excited. I can't wait for April 28th to get
draft. I'll be in Vegas. I'll let you guys know what's happening.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to do the pod I'll have to do it from there.
There
You'll still be in Vegas?
What's that?
You'll still be in Vegas?
I'm going in Monday. I'm there Monday to Friday.
Oh, that's gonna be exciting. Well,
yeah. I mean, it'll be a lot. It's a lot of work, but it'll be cool.
You're gonna have to freeze all of your accounts, or you're gonna be putting bets on everything.
I mean, I don't have
all of your
bets. I am not an addict. I am not an addict, John.
John just don't gamble that much. You as
he did. I haven't gambled on anything. I did 2 brackets for this March Madness. I didn't do any brackets. I haven't bet in weeks. I don't know when the last bet I made was actually.
Sure, I thought I saw you betting on cricket when I came in here.
No, I was not betting on cricket, but that would be funny. Flip a coin. Yeah, shit. Anyway, so we'll be in Vegas at the end of the month. So now I feel like I have to go bet on 100 things just to be like, yeah, John, I played 5 slot games and roulette at the same time and had 7 bets going at the sports book.
Dude, save your money and get hookers.
Jeez,
let's make sure
Mara for sure win.
Let's make sure Mara doesn't watch the end.
I'm not that dude, so like it's not a big deal. But anyway, yeah.
Oh man, the first time Scott doesn't answer his phone in Vegas, is like, oh, so you went and took Easy's advice?
Easy's advice is no. I was at the craps table. That's where I like to go.
He was at the Celine Dion show.
Ooh. Or the Michael Jackson or Tiesto. Tiesto's there Friday night. Big concert on Friday. Should stay for that. Aoki. There's lots to do.
But Eazy, we appreciate you coming through.
You have what?
No, go ahead. I apologize.
No, you're good, man. I was just trying to get us all out of here because we basically ran a 2-hour show. That never happens.
It's a good thing.
I think it's a good thing because people love you, so people are gonna watch and they're gonna be like, I want to hear everything Eazy says. So
that's what's up.
Eazy has the ear of the people. But no, man, we appreciate you coming through and dropping so many nuggets. Hopefully this is the first of many collaborations and things like that. But we definitely appreciate you coming through and just kicking it with us.
For sure. You heard it here first. Eazy, this prediction. And then we'll have to get you back on, man. We appreciate the time. Thank you. We will continue to tune in to the heavyweights and everything you're doing. You know, we support you and all you're doing, man. We will send out. We got a hoodie going your way. So I'll get with you on that. I just need your address. And again, we appreciate it. Meko, Gionne, thanks for a good show today. I want to thank my wife, my daughter, and family, the crew, everybody for supporting. Meko.
Yeah, definitely got to thank my wife, the girls, for the love and support and letting me hang out all night with you guys.
Gionne,
again, same. Thanks to the wife, very patient with me over there.
Yes.
Yeah, and the cat for biting you. Didn't you get?
Yeah, she did that at one point, and then if you saw me, she like bolted in here and then jumped up on the windowsill like something like her tail was on fire. That's what I was looking around for. What was wrong?
All right, again, and Eazy, we appreciate the time, man. We'd love to have you back on when we can this summer, and obviously we'll be hanging out with you guys, Wilbur Sports, and at different events going on this summer too. So we appreciate it. Again. Please like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube, where you listen to your podcast. And this is the Questionable Podcast out.